One common question when we begin, and that's very much so at the core of this method, is should we be there? Should we be there? Should we have the elbows bent? Should we have the elbows straight? It is my opinion, and you may have got this at that stage already of our work together, that a binary black and white answer actually doesn't fit most people. And many, unfortunately, courses and training methodologies and teachers out there are very prone to telling you what works for them or what works in the context in which they apply their handstand without nuancing their approach in such a way that it maximizes your chances for success. So for instance, the whole, without getting into too much details here, the whole depression elevation, which is beyond the scope of this course, depression elevation of your scapula, this usually in gymnastic contexts, we force you or ask you and say that a handstand can only be performed properly if you fully elevate here. On the other hand, in many yoga workshops, you will hear that a depressed scapula is to be preferred. And the truth is, both of them are both right and wrong. It depends what you are trying to achieve. A depressed scapula will usually push the person to close a bit the shoulder angle, to extend the shoulders here, prompting them into shooting the head out and having a slight curve in their back, which is what we commonly see in improvers in yoga. It may or may not give you a sense of stability. By fully depressing here, you can do it, right? As you watch this video, fully bringing the shoulders down as much as possible, you will feel something in your upper back, something that may feel a bit more stable, a bit more anchored. And if we find a sense of grounding in one given action, well, this may work for us. It's one thing that we won't have to think of once we kick up into a handstand. Great. But for you to achieve the gymnastic very straight line, you're going to have to teach yourself to go very elevated like that. And on top of that, we're going to have to teach ourselves to protract. So again, depending on what you're trying to achieve, those two statements are both right and wrong. And what I believe is that this is a tool that can help you rebalance. And that's true for a two-arm handstand as much as it is for a one-arm handstand. So saying dogmatically that one position is wrong and the other is right is really closing the door on what could actually work for you. You probably are in between those two. Some of you will thrive in this position, others will thrive in that position. Most, subconsciously or not, will end up using this movement to actually rebalance once we have brought our attention on how to do that properly.